Hi, this is Adele Wang of SafeHavenHealing.net, and this is the first in a series called It's All About the Ping. The ping is the way you engage with your world energetically. It's the way you send out a signal and the way information comes back. And my hope is that by giving you this high-level framework, it'll help you better understand how and why things are the way they are for you on your healing journey. You know, sitting with hundreds of people throughout the years with physical and emotional issues related to anxiety, I've noticed some basic patterns, and I think it's helpful for me to explain these. So number one, you know you're not crazy. And number two, it just simplifies a lot of things where you might have been wondering, why am I the way I am? This is especially the case if you're sitting with things like depression, anxiety, not knowing why you're here on the planet, or even if you're not even sure who you are yet. It all makes sense when you just have a sense of about the pain. So I want you to just sort of sit back and take this in. None of this is brand new, but I have never heard this explained in an energetic model from the point of view of energy. I'm an energy girl. I'm all about the ping and feeling grounded, because in that dance of ping and feeling grounded, a lot of profound things can happen. So I'd like you to just take a moment and rewind your life to the point where you were born. Yes, you were born on the planet, and you came down like a spark of pure energy consciousness from the divine. Boom, you landed, just like a little tennis ball of pure consciousness. And because you were pure consciousness, you had no idea who you were. You didn't even know you were separate from anything yet. I'll start sketching this out because I think it helps to see something. So you came down to the world and blessed the world with your presence one day. Boom! There you are. This is you. And because you're pure consciousness, you instinctively started sending out pings to the world, signals, energetic signals. What is this place? Or, I'm hungry. Or, I'm cold. Or, I'm scared. Or, is anyone there? You just started pinging your environment. And if you were lucky, hopefully, there was some presence, an energetic presence bigger than you, either a mom, dad, caregiver, who could envelop your energy field and catch your pings. Kind of like a beach ball around a tennis ball. So here's the beach ball. And its primary job is to catch your pings and send you a response back. So if you're hungry, oh, baby, would you like something to eat? If you were scared, maybe someone would hold you. If you were wondering, gosh, this place is nuts, somebody was there to reassure you. But the important thing is that a signal went outbound from you, and incoming came in. Because that is the way we develop a sense of existence and ultimately a sense of who we are. Because the funny thing about being human is we can't really get a sense of who we are until it's reflected back by somebody else. That's really important. If you just start pinging the world, and let's say there's no beach ball to catch them or send them back to you, that means your energetic pings go on into a black hole forever, into a black hole infinity, and that is really scary because that makes you feel like you're going to disintegrate energetically. You know, it's like, there's no boundary here. I'm really terrified. So it's hopefully there was a beach ball around you. So what happens if this perfect picture didn't happen, which usually doesn't? Some interesting things occur, and this is not necessarily bashing anyone, maybe mom had to work 2 jobs just to make ends meet. You know, maybe she was ill. Maybe dad was alcoholic. Or there could have been a number of reasons why that beach ball paying process didn't happen as smoothly as it could. So what happens? Well, here you are. And if your pings don't get answered, here's mom. She's over here. You're not in there. You're over here somewhere. And you're pinging and pinging. Oh my gosh, is anyone hearing me? And you notice that, you know, there's nothing around me, but there is something over there. So this is when, if mom doesn't come to me to hold me, the beach ball doesn't come and envelop my energy field, well, if mom won't come to me, I gotta go to mom. And that's when things get a little bit distorted. Let me show you. The way I see it as an energy person is instead of being a tennis ball size, it starts getting really distorted and stretched. And it starts looking like this. Basically, you start becoming the beach ball for your beach ball. And that is not your job. But that's what you had to do to survive. You had to. So your whole goal in life became trying to see what the beach ball needed. You know, what do I need to do to get my needs met? It's all about making the beach ball. I'm the beach ball for the beach ball. And this is typically what I see with clients coming in who are very sensitive. I tend to work with clients who are very smart, very gifted, very intuitive. And they had to be to survive. Because if they didn't, there was no guarantee that you'd even get food. So fast forward a few years on how things have gotten a little bit distorted in the ping. It's all about the ping. When people have had to be the beach ball for the beach ball, they are phenomenal at knowing what other people need. They're fabulous, empathic. I can feel what you need. And they are very good at meeting other people's needs to make them happy. What do you need? It's all about me making you happy. Well, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that that can set up a lot of not so great relationships. What I've noticed is when I ask people, that, you know, they're great at explaining everyone else's issues, but if I were to ask them, well, what do you feel? What are you feeling inside? Sometimes people have to think about it. Well, I don't know. I don't know what my needs are because the ping inbound got a little bit distorted. I'm great on the outbound. And this can lead to people feeling extremely depleted, very anxious, very depressed, because there was never a beach ball there to help them see themselves. They had to go looking for themselves in other people, you know, are you there? And that causes tremendous anxiety. So, this is just a basic framework. In the next videos, I'll talk a little bit more about the details of this ping and all kinds of interesting things that can happen. And it's all about the ping. See you on the next video.